and talking about conversation about games and who you are. So really nice to meet you. Just
Nice
going to ask
to meet
you
you.
a few questions about who you are and your time in the industry, and you just answer to the best of your ability. So,
Nice.
first thing is, what do you think is your favourite thing about the industry?
It's probably the creativity that you're allowed to have. It's that sort of freedom where you can bring escapism to other people's life, which was important to me growing up.
Fantastic. Now, one big thing in the game industry is working within teams. So how comfortable are you working within a team?
Extremely comfortable. I've had time behind a bar, which is very team orientated, and you have to have good communication, and just general hospitality experience, as well as working in a corner shop for 4 years. So that allowed me to learn how to manage myself and other people.
Fantastic. Now, how about when you are getting feedback, or you're working in groups, or you're working with someone above you? How do you handle negative feedback?
Quite well. It's easy for me to look at it, reflect on it, and figure out what's gone wrong in my own thought process. However, I would have to have not just like a spur of the moment idea. It'd have to be more thought through.
That's fantastic. What makes you qualify for a role?
So I've done 2 years at Confetti, and I've also been making games in my own time. The Confetti course was a games technology level 3, which we did 3D modelling, we did some programming, and we've done general game design and how to interact with our customers to make our games better.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. How do you feel? What do you feel is your greatest strength and your greatest weakness?
I'd say my greatest strength is logical thinking. I can look at something and think, how can we either mess it up if we're bug testing, or how can we make it better and more efficient? And my weakness, I would say that my creativity can get a bit out of hand to the point where it's a sort of perfectionism, but I'm learning to cope with that by looking at things in a more 2D plane as a time frame, rather than looking at it as I've got all this freedom and just going further.
If I could say, like, what would be the dream game to work on, what game would that be?
Dream game, I'd have to say a sort of action RPG where you can choose your own scaling, you have certain powers, and just exploration, because I love open world games. What would be yours?
The game I'm currently working on now, obviously. We're always passionate about the games we're working on. What's your favourite game? Like, all time, what is your favourite game?
Favourite game, it's between two.
Okay.
It'd have to be either Dark Souls,
Okay.
but Dark Souls 3, because I just love it. It's either that, or I would have to say Minecraft, because it's just relaxing, you have time to let your brain turn off.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Is there any any time within making games you felt like you wanted to stop making games, and why would that be?
I feel like everyone has that sort of creative wall that they hit, and it sort of puts you in a downer, but a lot of it is just ambition to keep going, and I have plenty of that.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it's been a pleasure having a conversation with you.
It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Hopefully we'll talk again soon.
Fingers crossed.